What is going on, everyone? This is IBA all day, and we're back with another video. This time, today is going to be a walkthrough for any percent beginner, continuing on with Land of Dragons, or better known as LOD for short. So, in the previous video, I did mention we would discuss the gummy missions. So the reason that gummy missions aren't really going to be included in any of the videos is because no one's going to want to sit through 3 minutes or so of an auto-scroller. So, with gummy missions in a speedrun, the objective is to basically kill as little as possible. And the reason for that is because the gummy missions give you rewards based on how you do, and if you do poorly, then there's not as many rewards at the end of the screen, which means less button pushing and allows you to move on to the next world faster. So for that very reason, we try and perform quote-unquote poorly in a gummy mission. So you'll often see where we literally just kind of dodge around, not really killing anything. An important note with the gummy missions, there are some safe gummy missions where if you have to use the bathroom or whatever, you can do so. The only gummy missions that I honestly recommend you taking a bathroom break or anything of the matter, if you have to, is the first gummy mission when we go to LOD. This one here for when we go to Beast Castle, which will be later on. The gummy mission going to Pirates. You can also take a quick break for the gummy mission going to Halloween Town, and then as long as you're somewhat quick, you can also do the gummy mission for the Assault on the Dreadnought, which is the last gummy mission before your final visit to Twilight Town, when you're proceeding through the world that never was. Otherwise, the other two that I did not mention that are in the route, try not to, because those are what are deemed the most dangerous gummy missions to go through. Assault on the Dreadnought is also very dangerous, but you can manage your health pretty well as long as you're quick. But that's it on the gummy missions. We're to Land of Dragons, which is the next world that we visit in our route. There's a particular route that we go for running to set everything up both XP-wise and equipment-wise. Because some worlds, yeah, you can go there immediately, but it's not recommended because the battle level is often misleading. And a lot of the strats that we do, it's all pretty much because of XP and level situations, and also the gear that we have on at that point. So for the next world after the Bailey fight, we visit Land of Dragons. Now our first menu is an auto menu, so there's no reason to have to go in. So what we do here, we switch Donald out for Goofy. We're going to go up to items, and we're going to take all of Ping's stuff. Now, typically, you can leave in the potions and hope to be able to just wait for everyone to be removed entirely. But I just find it easier to take everything because then there's no risk of Mulan accidentally using any potions for any reason at all. And the potions as well come in handy later if you are short on money and need a little bit of extra money, whether it's to buy a couple accessories down the road, or ethers, since that's primarily all we use the money for, aside from the 2 accessories that we will get later on. But once done with taking out all of Ping stuff, hit L2, which will take you to Sora. Scroll down, add the 2 ethers. If there, well, okay, you'll have, so yeah, you'll have 2 ethers here, but if, depending on what you do in Yen Sid's tower, if you grab the ether chest before Pete, you'll have an ether in your pocket already, and then if you grab the other ether, you'll have 2. So you would only then need to menu in 1 ether. If you don't grab the chest, then you have to menu in 2 ethers. After you've finished menuing in your ethers, hit the touchpad, or the big black bar, and that's going to pop up the tutorial. The reason that we do this is it allows us to bypass everything later on when there's other tutorials when we would go to open up our menu. So from there, you're going to go to abilities, and I like to put on scan as just kind of a mental note on where enemies are at as far as health goes, because it kind of helps gauge like what else I need to do if they're close to death. So I throw on scan, and that's all you have to do for this this first menu here. So after you go out of that, you will pop Valor, because again, we're using Valor for quick movement. So, we're gonna pop Valor, we're gonna come back here and grab this ether chest, and then we're gonna proceed to move on with everything, and then swear for a little bit extra movement. So for this first thing here, you're gonna quickly mash through it, and what I do is I attack the shadows once or twice, depending on what they do. And then I backtrack to Ping, because the shadows will all home in on Ping, typically. And from there, you just go ham with a bunch of ground finishers, or ground combos. If there's a bunch of shadows up, then once you've done enough for your ground combo to have a finisher, you can just perform a finisher. Don't worry about killing all the shadows right away. You just need to kill enough to allow a Nightwalker to spawn in. He's like a zombie looking guy. And basically from there, you will take care of the Nightwalkers that do spawn in, as all you have to do is a bunch of air hits, and they will die very quickly. Once you've finished killing the Nightwalkers, if there's any shadows left on the ground, just continue on with those until they die. And that's all there is to this. Because Sora will lunge forward right away. So like right there, that was a really good sequence. We're just going to do a bunch of air hits until he dies. And then we have like 2 shadows left. Now, an extremely good fight, you'll have like 1.5 or more left of Valor. I somehow managed to hit level 2 Valor already. I'm not sure how that's the case, but typically you'll hit level 2 Valor, and it's a necessity that you, it's a requirement that you must hit level 2 Valor in this next encounter. Otherwise, you will not have enough Valor drive, or Valor form, to make it to Cave. And you will lose a lot of time just from movement alone. And plus you also need the extra Valor hits for later down the road when you're trying to hit level 3. So we do these missions in order. All these Nightwalkers, we just do a bunch of air hits, because we're trying to squeeze in as many, because if you haven't hit level 2 already, you're trying to squeeze in as many hits as possible. This fight's already off to a bad start, but, once all the Nightwalkers are done, you're now just working on getting your drive back. So you want to try and catch all the shadows with a bunch of fires, while trying to stay centered. Once you're pretty much almost done with this fight, you can switch out for Donald. You want to at least have 1 bar of Valor already back, and at least a decent chunk towards 2. And then from here, this opener, there's a bunch of fires. I like to do just because you're burning your magic at least. Obviously the goal again is to try and get hit as little as possible, because the more you get hit, obviously the longer it takes. This fight's obviously not going good. This is all RNG, and a bit of that also was my fault. So now we're going to proceed to the last one. So, a mental note for trying to get to back to max drive gauge is you want to at least be 2.5 or more if you can help it, because there's not all these enemies that you have until you get to the Nightwalkers don't have enough health to really do anything as far as getting your gauge back goes. So for this opening portion, we do a blizzard trying to catch the shadow before he goes underground. Typically just launch 2 blizzards anyway, because if you're fortunate enough to catch the shadow before he goes underground, then he'll instantly die and you can move on to the next one. And as always, they always spawn in the same spot. So it's just, once you get used to where they actually spawn, it'll be a lot easier. So here, as you see, we're already back to max drive gauge. Wow, this other shadow is typically already up in the base. So now it's just a bunch of air finishers. You can pop Valor there if you want, or you can do 2 hits and then pop Valor, and the drive explosion will usually kill the Nightwalker. So now we're making our way to cave. Again, the reason you want to hit level 2 before that is done is it allows you to get enough to be able to go all the way up to cave in Valor form. And these first 2 walls, it's all about positioning. I like to also kill that Nightwalker just for a little bit extra XP depending on XP situation, and then same with this one. There'll be an Assault Rider that spawns there. Don't worry about him. The Rock Shatter will pretty much keep him out of play while you're doing that RC. And then as we make our way to cave, just go around the other way. There's no time save if you jump over and do the thing. It's still the same speed. AP boost there, and then you don't have to worry about reverting. It'll automatically do it. So this fight, it's pretty straightforward. Just kill everything as fast as you can, of course. The level that you're at right now with Sora, as long as he's doing overhead finishers, it takes 2 full air combos to kill the Assault Riders. If Sora does a sideways finisher, excuse me, which is bound to happen, just quickly, after you stagger the Assault Rider, just quickly do 2 air hits with no finisher, and then follow up with a finisher. And I'll explain it as I go, just to show like if that situation happens. Oh, see, and then there I got the sideways finisher. And then after that, you're just gonna do a bunch of fires. Once you do that, don't worry about using another sequence of fires. Just kind of quickly kill the shadows with combos, and then proceed to do fires. And then do 2 fires and a full finisher. That was actually really good. I'm surprised. I got hit. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I had really good timing on all the kills. I just unfortunately got hit by the other guy. But yeah, once you do 2 fires on the second series of shadows, just do a finisher on the ground. Don't do another fire. Just do 2 fires and then hit your attack button, and you'll do a sideways finisher, which will typically kill a bunch of the shadows in the surrounding arc. I got very fortunate to kill all the shadows there. I typically am not lucky enough to kill all of them right away, so I wasn't expecting the Nightwalk or the Assault Riders to already be there. The Assault Riders will do one of 2 things. They'll either do their circular spin attack, or they'll actually try and like lunge at you. If they lunge at you, that's really good because then it allows you to immediately attack. If one of them does their spinning attack, just move on to the next one. Hope that he doesn't do a spinning attack. If they both do it, it's no big deal. Just move on to the first one that did their spinning attack, and then just go after them first with the 2 full air combos, and then proceed to the last one. So once again, after that fight, we proceed into Valor form as we make our way to Summit. So Summit is a timed fight. There's no way to speed it up. However, Summit plays a very vital role in what happens going forward. So Summit we use for not only an XP grind, but we also do it for a money grind. What I like to do here is, since Sora's by himself, it just makes it easier for myself. I go up to items, I go down to stock, I pop the 4 AP boosts, I back out to the menu portion here for items, I then go into abilities, I equip slide dash and combo boost, and that's the menu for myself. So again, this is just an XP grind / money grind. The only enemies that give you money are the Volt Towers, which is great, and they also give you much more XP than these little guys. So you're wanting to try and kill as many ads as possible because you want to get at least a certain amount of XP away from level 12. And unfortunately, my positioning is really bad right now, so it's not looking good. So killing a bunch of Volt Towers is fantastic because you're getting a lot of money. If they do their little Volt Reversal, no big deal. Just keep going, match through the RC as best as possible. We did finish with pretty good XP there. You want to at least be around 100 or less from level 12, because that's going to really determine what you do in OC. If you don't get enough XP, there is a backup XP portion that you can do in OC with the dogs, but that'll be for the next video. So in this menu, there's literally nothing to do. Once you hit the X button saying that, oh, Mulan's now in your party, you can just proceed to hit the options.
Light.
Once again, we're using Valor for movement. We have a cutscene here, and just proceeding to the save point. Now the reason that we are going to the save point instead of just straight down is because on PS4, it's much faster to just warp save point than to just run point to point. So once you come back to the world, you're going to go select Bamboo Grove, and then once you're in, since you already grabbed that ether chest, you can proceed on to the courtyard. So there's a little bit of advanced movement that you can do here. Once you get within like a certain range, you can do a slide dash towards the assault rider, and you can get him to push you forward towards the next section. It's a nice little movement trick that will help save a little bit of time. It's not game breaking if you don't do it, but it's a neat little trick that you can do if you'd like. So for the courtyard encounter, we're literally just using Mulan's limit attack. So as soon as the fight starts and you hear the bolt tower spawn in, quickly menu down to the limit part of the menu and go straight into Flame Tongue. That is Mulan's limit that you'll do here, and then instead of doing instead of hitting X for your attack, you're going to be pressing triangle, and what that's going to do is it's going to be Mushu and Mulan basically pushing the Nightwalkers up, and at some point they will die, and just keep doing that over and over again, pushing triangle until you finish out the RC in which Mushu will launch his final attack for the limit, and it should kill all the remaining enemies. There is a small chance that a bolt tower will live, but just if that's the case, just quickly attack him to finish him off. Very rarely there will be more than one bolt tower that lives. But as long as you stay centered here, don't move at all, you should kill everything in this encounter.
China!
I'll handle this!
And something that I do just for quick stuff is I switch back over to where drive is shown on my menu. So that way, as soon as I'm done with the skipping of the cutscene here, I can immediately just go into Valor. Again, Valor is used for movement. You can do a little couple quick movement tricks there. So with Shan Yu has an HP gate at 1 and like a sliver of his second bar. And with this fight, you want to try and go as fast as possible, because since Mulan is sent to Technique, she's helping you with the fight, hopefully. And you're wanting to drop Shan Yu's HP down to his enragement, or his second phase, as quickly as possible, because that will prevent him from being able to summon any more of the Nightwalkers. The Nightwalkers are great because they give you extra XP and whatnot, but it also drags the fight out much longer and also risks the gates being broken and thus having to restart the fight, because the fight will end with it as a death. So for this, there's many ways to go about this. A safer way is to just do X right away. So run forward just a little bit.
Go!
run forward, hit X, you'll flash swords with him, which is great because the RC does quite a bit of damage in Valor. Okay. There we go. So as you can see now, we've hit his second HP gate, or his HP, and we've broken through. And now he's not cooperating at all. So. Unfortunately, if he doesn't cooperate and he wants to sit there doing spin attacks the whole time, just react to that. I will make another video, or I will make a video on this fight to demonstrate better of how it should go. But that is the end of this video for LOD. The next one we will be covering is Olympus Coliseum, or for short, OC. That is the next world that we go to after LOD. We don't go to Beast Castle just yet because the strats that we use involve stuff that we get from OC.